Hello and welcome to the April unboxing for the Ann Fitzpatrick Ann's Clubhouse subscription box. This is our April box, which is going to be so much fun, and I hope you love it so very much. Our outfit of the month was designed by Mark Tinkey, and it is called Wonderland Whimsy. I actually do not have a sample in the doll shop because they are on the way, and by the time this video airs, they're here. But when I'm filming it right before baby here, they're on the way. So I don't even have a sample. Mark has the only one. So he's going to talk about it in his segment, but I'm going to put some pictures on the screen that Mark took and Diana edited of Wonderland Whimsy. This is a really fun theme and concept. We all love Alice in Wonderland. We've done an Alice box for Grace, which is so much fun. So they can be companions and together. But Mark put his spin on this outfit, which we're going to hear more from Mark. So it does have some unexpected colors. The headband is an unexpected color. When you look at it, you can tell it's Alice in Wonderland right away, but it does have a spin on it. And I think it is so dang cute. Your outfit comes with accessories, which is so much fun. It comes with the beautiful shoes. It comes with the nylons. It comes with tea gloves, and it comes with a headband. So you are getting an elevated outfit, as all of your outfits are, outfits and costumes in this series. And I hope you love it so very much. So we also have a couple fun things. We're going to bring in Diana Vining, who's going to talk about her wonderful, and she went crazy with her printables and her crafts and her film set for this one. Mark did an amazing film set for this one. Everyone's just having such a blast with this particular theme, and how could we not, because it's Alice in Wonderland and it's so much fun. I'm sure you remember when we put out the Grace Alice box, and the film set that Christopher did for that one was just beyond, and it was so much fun. So we're going to bring in Mark and Diana, and we're going to talk about that stuff. But I do want to show you some of the treasures, a couple of the treasures that we found to go inside your box to make it really fun. So your outfit has the little tea gloves, which is so cute because Anne is ready for her tea party. But we did find a little tea set. You get this whole tea set inside your box, and it comes with plates and little cups. The scale is a little small, but it can also be a toy tea set. So when I'm playing with Hall and Diane, we play with toy tea sets all the time. We play with tea sets that are honestly not that much bigger than this for a 4-year-old. So it makes sense, and it'll be really cute. It has a little spout. Mark said it didn't have a spout. It's like the tiniest little spout ever, but you have the whole tea set. So, and they probably all look a little bit different. But I think that this is super fun. So you can set up a little tea party for your doll, for your Anne doll, and for her friends. And then another thing we found were these little miniature playing cards. So these are really fun. I found them online, and I was so glad to be able to get them in time. But they're little mini playing cards with a little cutout box for your playing cards. And you can use these for your vignettes and for your photos too. So those are two really fun things that are inside your box this month that I am very excited about. I do a lot of the shopping for our boxes at odd hours, especially with my pregnancy. Sometimes I'm up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock, and with this baby that I am expecting. And by the time this video airs, I've had the baby. This baby is not inside my tummy anymore. And so what's probably happening with me right now is I am up at midnight, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, searching for more things for your wonderful boxes. But I really love being here with you on these videos. And so that's why I filmed this before I had the baby, which is, it's been an interesting journey. And you have been here through so much of it with me, and I appreciate you so very much. But one of the most exciting things about this box in particular, and I wish we could do it for every single box. Wouldn't that be so cool to have a doll for every box? But it was serendipity. Robert Tonner emailed and he said, hey, I have some extra Alice in Wonderland themed Anne dolls from an event that I did last year. Would you like to help sell them? And I said, yeah, we have an Anne box coming up in a couple of months, an Alice in Wonderland Anne box. Of course we want them. So this is the Alice doll. These were part of a wonderful luncheon that Robert did last year with a wonderful doll club. And they're very limited. We only have a few. But here is the Alice doll. And this one looks she looks a little bit older to me. I love her makeup and her overall look, the beautiful, beautiful long hair, the beautiful braids. Her outfit is just absolutely wonderful. She has little pantaloons underneath. Christopher ironed her dress so it looks nice and poofy and pretty. But I love that this is Robert's take on Alice in Wonderland. So she has a little light yellow dress, but then when you look at the dress coming in your box, you can also tell that it's Alice in Wonderland. There are so many, like I said, renditions and versions of Alice in Wonderland movies, in clothes, in costumes, all of it. So it is really fun. And Alice in Wonderland is truly something that you could almost centralize an entire collection around, but it is beloved. Everyone grew up with it. It's very iconic. This is a beautiful, fun doll and a really fun add-on if you just really want to go crazy. And I know all the wonderful people who attended the luncheon are just so happy to have this doll. So she'll be available in the boutique after the video. So that is that. Oh, and we also have 25 extra outfits of the month this month too. So if you would like to snag one, 25, so very, very, very limited, but we do have extra outfits of the month, so that makes it really fun too. But not only do we have the Alice doll, we also have Alice Liddell, which I learned a lot about her in researching this, because when all the dolls arrived, of course the Alice doll arrived, but then Alice Liddell arrived, and I thought, who's Alice Liddell? Well, Alice Liddell lived from 1852 to 1934, and she was a real Victorian girl who became the inspiration for Alice's adventures in Wonderland. She was the daughter of Henry Liddell, the dean of the Christ Church in Oxford, and as a child she befriended Lewis Carroll, a mathematics lecturer and writer, and she is the inspiration behind Alice in Wonderland. So in 1862, during a famous boat trip, Carol told Alice and her sisters a fantasy story. Alice loved it so much that she asked him to write it down. That story became Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, published in 1865. Carol even gifted her a handwritten manuscript titled Alice's Adventures Underground, which was the original version of the story. As an adult, Alice Liddell lived a more private life. She married and became Alice Hargraves, but her childhood connection to the story made her one of the most famous muses in literary history. So she's the little girl that inspired Alice in Wonderland. And when you look up the pictures of her, there's very few pictures, but there are some. This is how she looked. She had this short brunette bob, and Robert made Alice Liddell as the companion piece to the Alice in Wonderland doll. So both of these dolls are available, and I just love this little outfit. There's little tiny, tiny little pearl bow details. Again, beautifully made, wonderful undergarments. No details spared here. And she is, let me just make sure, she is rooted. So they are both rooted, but the haircut on her is just darling. And she looks just like her. She looks just like the few images that are on the internet of Alice Liddell. So if you're a historian and you love representation of historical figures in your dolls, this one is a must, and she is so dang cute. So thank you, Robert, for these beautiful dolls. I am so thrilled. Like I said, in a perfect world, wouldn't it be so fun? And maybe we'll get there. Maybe we'll get there. To have, not every month, but a lot of the months, or even just a few of the months, to have a themed doll for the box. That would be so fun, but you have to work really, really, really far out. So this was serendipity and a lot of fun, but we have two of our wonderful, wonderful friends and team members of VDC. Mark Tinkey is going to come in first to chat about his design and show us his film set and give us his thoughts on this wonderful outfit. And then we'll bring in Diana Vining to show her wonderful crafts and how much fun she had with this box. So come on in, Mark, and tell us all about it.
Hi, everybody. Mark here. Welcome to the reveal for the 4th month of the Anne subscription box, and it is Alice in Wonderland. And I am so excited about this one. I have been excited about this one since I pitched it to Rachel. When I was pitching all the different ideas of everything, I knew I wanted to do Alice and a really special add-on for it. So here it is. And I had to do an extra special set because I was so excited about it and just wanted to do something a little bit different than the Anne Theater that I've been doing for my other videos. So let's get into it and let's show you what you're going to be getting in your box. And here is your Alice. I did not want to give you your typical Alice blue dress, white trim, white apron, rigmarole. There's nothing wrong with that. I love all of that, but we've seen it a lot. So I wanted to give you something different. And immediately I thought of like Liberty of London prints, because that's British. That just felt, right. And so that's what the print is inspired from, a Liberty of London cotton print, little cotton dress here. She has her organza apron with the lace trim, and the lace trim goes around these little flutter sleeves. They're so cute. I love it. She has her pale blue velvet headband. I put it on a brunette doll just for something different, to change it up since it's a different take on Alice. I thought, let's not put it on a blonde. And then she's got these little gloves because it's tea time and that seems proper. And they have a little pearl to represent the button on the glove. It's not functioning. It's just decorative, but I think it's a really sweet little detail. And then she has this beautiful little pale pink. I don't know. It's not really showing up as pale pink, but it's a really, really pretty, like powder pink crinoline that is 3 layers of tulle. And then she has her tights, her striped tights. I love the mix of the patterns. I feel like that's very Alice in Wonderland. And then these amazing little Mary Jane shoes. They're sparkly, but it doesn't come off on your fingers. I don't know how else to explain it. But yeah, so I just felt like with the pale print, the black shoes and a black headband would have felt kind of heavy, and I wanted to do something different. So I love the story of Alice in Wonderland. I actually got to perform in a production of it for the Fulton Theater, which is a professional theater we have here in Lancaster. It's one of the oldest professional theaters operating in the United States, and they do a series called TYA, Theater for Young Audiences. And I got to do Alice in Wonderland last year and play the March Hare. So that was really, really fun. And he was just crazy and bonkers, and you get to do shows with a lot of my actor friends in the area, and we had a blast doing it. And in that production, our Alice was a brunette. There she is. I think this is stunning. I think all the pieces you get, the little lace trim around the skirt matches the lace that's around the apron. I love the organza apron because you see the print through it. I don't know. I'm really happy with the way this came out. The apron is a separate piece. It just ties on. So those are 2 separate pieces. And then the crinoline is also a separate piece. It's a little elastic waist on there. So, and the skirt is lined. The dress is all lined. So that's 3 pieces. And then you get the tights and the shoes and the gloves and the headband. I think the factory did a great job with the little velvet headband. So that is your outfit that you'll get. And then in addition, you'll be getting if you saw in the little intro swipe that I did, you'll be getting the little blue and white tea set, which is super cute. A little miniature deck of playing cards and some special treats. I didn't have those to show you in time for my video, but they're in there, as well as all of your printables. They'll be printed out for you in the box, but all the beautiful stuff from Diana Vining. So this one is chock full. I think I don't know. I just think this is one of the most special ones. I love all of them. I really do, because I don't want to design something that I don't want, but there's some that just stand out. And this is one that really stood out for me, and I love it. So let's take a look at the add-on, because that's really special too. And here we have the add-on outfit. For this one, I wanted to do a modern take on a traditional Alice. So the other one was supposed to be sort of a traditional take, but veering off in a different direction. And this one I wanted to go to the source, but change it up a bit. So I gave her this beautiful turquoise blue satin skirt, which I love, and then this little white blouse. It's based on some designer blouse, and I can't remember who at the moment, but it has these amazing little heart buttons on the bow and then on the cuff of each sleeve. So I just think that's a sweet detail. The hearts, Alice, that's such an iconic image for Alice in Wonderland, is the hearts and all that stuff. And this is where you have your traditional black headband. This is a black velvet version of the pale blue one that you get in the box. And then she has these amazing little knee-high stockings. And then there is your classic black Mary Jane in patent leather. So they have a great look to them with the little bow on the front. It's the same style shoe as the ones in the box, but these are just a slick patent leather that'll go with, so many different things and gives you that classic Alice in Wonderland look. So I was super happy with the way these came out. I think both are really special, the add-on and the box outfit. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just think she's amazing. Not to toot my own horn, but yeah, I just think they came out great. I think the factory did an amazing job. So thank you again to Rachel for bringing me in on this project. I've had so much fun with it. There's still so much stuff to come. I think this is an amazing month. This box is really special. Yeah, and then if you would like to see a behind the scenes video of how I put together this diorama, if you would like to do something similar for your dolls, you can check out my channel, My Doll Threads, on YouTube, and I show you a little behind the scenes glimpse of how I put this all together. Now let's go over to Diana, and she is going to go over all of the crafts and the paper doll and all the amazing artwork that she did for this box to just continue your adventure in Wonderland. Yeah, and then I will be back later to show you some mix and match ideas with the outfit pieces.
Welcome back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my home and my Wonderland. How fun is this month's theme, right? I love a good Alice in Wonderland theme. I'm going to be honest and say it's not one of my favorite books, but it is one of my favorite themes because we got all the colors and we've got like the black and white checkerboard. We got hearts, we got sparkles, we got a little bit of steampunk with like clocks and keys and gears and stuff like that. You could really do a lot with it. Just a disclaimer, as of this video, there's two things I just want to point out is that I actually don't have the outfit yet. So I got to get a little bit extra creative because I had to kind of make my own fun, which I did pretty well, if I say so myself. And the other thing is probably by the time you're seeing this video, we'll have a new little doll collector. Rachel's baby will be born by then. And so I'm so excited. So right now, as I'm filming, there's so many things to be excited for. I guess without further ado, let's get into some of our printables and crafts. So I have, let's see what we have this month. We have our story of the month, and it's a little illustrated card, and of course with our checkerboard theme and some of our illustrations. And I'll read a little bit of it, but I'll leave most of it for you to enjoy on your own. So I'll just set it up for you. Anne is at home. She's planning an Alice in Wonderland play, and her friends are supposed to come over and help her put on this play, except it's raining. So of course they can't come over. Moms, keep them home. And so Anne's kind of like bummed out. She knows she'll do it at some point, but she's a little bit bummed out for the time being. So she says, I sat at my little table where I had set up a tea party for my favorite dolls and stuffed animals and chairs for my friends. I sadly lay down my head on the table while I dozed off and dreamed the most beautiful dream. My stiff bunny came to life as White Rabbit, exclaiming, I'm late! Barbie became the Queen of Hearts, with her crimson lipstick smile uncharacteristically sassy. My plush kitty sprawled on the table, taking his role as Cheshire Cat. My paper dolls, of course I had to mention paper dolls, hopped out of their book and donned playing cards for outfits to become the other characters. My dolls and toys all came to life and helped me put on a wondrous Alice in Wonderland play. And that's kind of where all of our crafts come in. I know that a lot of our doll friends out there have Alice in Wonderland themed everything. A lot of dolls were based on this, and so these crafts will go with not only Anne and this month's theme, but I'm sure with a lot of dolls that are in your collection right now. So that's our story, and our first craft card that I'm going to talk about is simply like, you're like, what is this? It's a card. Actually, it's a no-sew outfit in my world. What you're going to do is, this is not actual size, this is a little oversized. So what you're going to do is you're simply going to cut it out. You can laminate it if you want to make it extra durable and attach a little ribbon loop to go around the doll's neck. And the best part about this is you can reuse your Little Red Riding Hood from a few months back. And that really goes with the outfit, because if you look in the book, the little card characters had red hoods, and yeah, it's just really fun to accessorize with. You could put red ribbons in her hair or something like that. So that's a little costume. So that's that. Let's talk about our paper doll. So our paper doll has all of our outfits, our pet Cheshire Cat, and our bunny checking the time just to make sure. And I kind of designed a fun little outfit for her with a checkerboard and the red hearts theme to it. So that's a lot of fun. Here's one of our illustrations this month. This is Anne in her add-on outfit, and she's just standing there in Wonderland, and she's looking all around her and kind of taking it in. So that's a lot of fun. You could use this for a lot of things. Use it for a decoration, use it for a backdrop. Let me know what you come up with. Last and probably best of all is this craft card. So this is, again, a little bit larger than it actually is when you receive it, but this can be a lot of things. So our small characters are going to be cupcake toppers. So you're going to cut them out, laminate them if you like. You might even want to reuse them. And what you can do is you can decorate a cupcake with them. So let me show you some of my cupcakes. They have all the little characters, and literally very simply with toothpicks, holding them up. And they're just so cute. And if you are having a doll club party, use them. If you can make copies and do more than 4 cupcakes, obviously. So those are a lot of fun. This little one with the short brown hair is based on Alice Liddell. I believe that's how you pronounce her name, which was the real life inspiration for Alice in Wonderland. Of course, our bunny, he's late for a very important date. So lots of fun. Really, really cute for a tea party theme. Very cute for a tea party theme. And I'll show you pictures of my tea party in this video also. That's doing this on paper. The fun part is if you go to your craft store and get something like this, they make all different kinds. If you get computer printer fabric sheets, probably a lot of you are familiar with this anyway, but you can copy this. I would do it actual size from the card that you receive and print it onto a fabric sheet. And then you got a nice little sewing project. And I'm going to go ahead and take Anne down. As I said, I don't have the Alice dress here yet. So what I did was I brought out the dress from last month from our pirate theme, the add-on dress, and I made my own version of Alice with that. I took our craft card, printed it onto the printable fabric, and again, with the no-sew, I leave all the sewing to the experts like Tamara. But for me, I need a no-sew project. I need it to be kind of quick and easy. So this is done on fabric. It's printed with the little bunny theme. All I did was add some lace and some ribbons, and boom, she's got a little apron. And it just went, based on the lace that you use, it matched the dress so well that I was like, oh, I do have a Anne Alice. So until I get the blue dress, she's it. And I think it's just charming. And it's just perfect in time for our springtime and our Easter celebrations. So I thought that was a lot of fun. I'm not sure what you could do with it as paper, as far as the bunny goes, but the characters you could do in paper as cupcake toppers. And this I would recommend in fabric. I will say with the characters, I'll show you my little scrap that I have left over. They're just printed on there. You could always just cut them out and turn them into little tiny pillow dolls if you feel inclined to do just tiny miniature paper dolls. That would be fun too. I didn't get to do that, but I can't wait to see what you come up with for that. Other than all of our craft cards and the things that you receive in the box, just some fun tips for your Alice display if you'd like some tips. In the background, I made a garland. Friends, just go to the dollar store for $1. Well, it's $1.25 at our dollar store now. But if you get a pack of cards, it takes you so far. So I used 1 pack of cards. I still have cards left over. And I made the garland just by punching holes in the corners, the diagonal corners of each card, and I tied it together with red string to match our theme. And you can make a garland. So these are just some really fun ideas. If your doll club is having an Alice themed event or like a fun Dolly Day type thing, you could do that. My little Falling into Wonderland, it's really a hidden stand. Here's a stand part, which you would sit Alice into. This is behind the scenes. I'm not just going to show you a display. I want you guys to just in case you want to build something like this, I'll tell you what's involved. So there's a hidden doll stand. There's a tube from wrapping paper. And of course, some of my cards that I purchased just for this project, lots of hot glue. There's flowers, there's little dangly hearts to give it a little bit of motion, try to make it a little bit 3D, printed out pictures of clocks and keys, and even if you want to do a little more steampunk some like gears and stuff like that would be fun. And then you just have to, it's a little tricky. There's a little rubber banding involved and stuff, but you could just sit your doll in there like she's falling, just falling down the rabbit hole into Wonderland. So that was a lot of fun. Again, this was a really fun theme. I was not panicked that I didn't have the outfits with me because I was like, challenge accepted. So I'm going to make my own Wonderland fun. And between dolls we already have, like some of our friends here, this one keeps falling, little Kittles. And I mean, how many dolls are out there made from the Alice theme? You know, there's so many. So there's so much you could do for crafting this month. Look around in your collection. I'm sure you have lots of things you can use to decorate. I can't wait to see because I'm sure your pictures are going to be amazing this month. So I'll be watching. I'll be waiting to see what you have. And if you have a favorite Alice doll, definitely share with us because we'd love to see that. And I think this is good to go. We have our Alice in Wonderland. You're going to have your outfits. You're going to have your props. You're going to make, you know what? Make as many of these as you want. You can have like a whole army of card people, and it'll be a lot of fun. I promise. And if you feel like it, read the book too. So I guess I'm going to sign off now. And friends, have a cupcake. Everybody have a blue cupcake for our new little friend and his big sister, okay? Welcome to Anne's Wonderland Whimsy. I'm just going to walk you through my little display and show you kind of how I put this together this month. So there's our paper doll and one of our graphics. I brought out my mother's tea set, which hasn't been out in literally probably 20 years. And I thought this was a special occasion. And everybody's welcome. Here's some sweets for our team. Mark, Paul, Christopher, Rachel is front and center, Tamara, and you, because everybody out there is welcome. Okay, so that's our little tea party. We have our cupcake decorations with our little characters. Very sweet. And then we travel up and we're falling down into Wonderland. We're falling, and all kinds of fun stuff. And then next thing you know, we're in a little Dolly Wonderland, and there's lots of friends here. We have our Alice inspired dolls, mushrooms so big you can sit on them, hearts and sparkles, a white rabbit that is really doing his best to be punctual, the tiniest little Alice doll who's only about 1.5 inches, and there you have it. And then we just kind of take it all in and enjoy each other and enjoy our dolls, the cute things, the creative things, the quirky things. We use what we have and we enjoy new things that we're getting in our box. And we put it all together and it's just magical. And again, special hello to all our friends out there and welcome and have a wonderful, fun month.
For the mix and match this month, I decided to show you how to maybe make some of the other characters from Wonderland. So here I did the Mad Hatter. I used the pirate boots, the polka dot tights. I used the skirt from the add-on with the petticoat from the Alice box dress, pirate sash, the raincoat from last year, a little blouse from the boutique. I just tied a little grosgrain ribbon around her neck. And that was a top hat that I made for Elowen a while ago. But you could do that out of paper easily. But yeah, like a little paper one would be super cute. But I just thought, well, what if little kids were dressing up? Like, what would they pull out of their closet and what they already had to create these characters? Tweedledee and Tweedledum, I thought you could use one of the overalls. You know, there were a couple different styles of overalls. And then I used the blouse from the add-on and the hairband. And then she has the knee socks and the shoes from the add-on as well. And the Queen of Hearts, you got to do a Queen of Hearts. So I used the crown from the princess dress box last year. That's the white fur capelet that came with the rose gold dress that I did for this past December. That was last year's red dress that came in the Christmas box. I used the tights from the Raggedy Ann box and the shoes from the Little Red Riding Hood box from this year. And there's your Queen of Hearts. But yeah, so there you go. There's 3 different ways you can create some more characters for your Wonderland. Thanks for watching, and thanks for collecting. I hope you enjoy this and subscription box. Like I said, it is one of my favorites of the whole year, and I'm so excited to finally get to share it with all of you. I can't wait to see all of your pictures and any maybe dioramas that you might make. Yeah, I just think this one is so conducive for creativity, right? You can, and it's spring now, so maybe you can do some photo shoots outside. Yeah, I love all of that. So again, thanks to Rachel, thanks to VDC, and thanks to all of you. And we will see you next month.
Well, thank you so much to Mark Tinkey and Diana Vining and the entire VDC team. We all contribute in different ways to make these things happen, and this is a box that I hope that you enjoy so very much. All of your boxes in this series are going to be very different from each other. Some of them are inspired by historical tales that we all know, and some of them are just wonderful things that have been thought up that would be so fun for a costume box, for a treasure box, for a child. And like I've mentioned many times before, these are really close to me because now that I'm a mother, I can also see the world through a child so much more beautifully and authentically than before. And I lost a lot of that just growing up and working and being in the grind of being an adult. And so dolls in general do force us to have that part of play that we really love. But then also being a mother to a 4-year-old, I do imaginary things with Holland Diane. We play tea parties. She's been getting into babies lately, which has been so fun. So we play dolls. She hasn't wanted to do that. And I've never tried to make her. She was always more into just toys and stuffed animals. But lately she's been playing dolls and babies. And it's probably because we got baby news coming along. I'm not sure exactly, but hey, I'm rolling with it. It's been so much fun. But we hope that you love it and enjoy going on this journey through child dolls and child doll collecting. If you have Alice in Wonderland themed dolls of any maker, any type, any age, anything, please post them in the group, in the VDC Facebook group. If you haven't joined that group, join. It is so much fun. We have different themes for every box and for whatever we're doing. And so when the collectors set up vignettes and scenes and post it in the group, it just really adds to the effervescence and really brings it all to life. And it is so fun to get a peek into all of your wonderful collections. So this has been a blast. And again, we have 25 extra outfits, so those will be available, as well as the dolls and the add-on outfit of the month. How could I didn't mention that in the beginning, but Mark talked all about it. The add-on outfit is so sweet and cute, so that's also available, and that's a complete outfit as well. So lots and lots of fun for this month, and I've probably already posted about the baby, but at the time I'm filming this, it's getting very close, and I have been moaning and groaning and grunting around this doll shop, and the team has just been so supportive, listening to me day in and day out, basically talking about my back and my hips and how hard this is. And you have also been so wonderful on social media, just being my biggest cheerleaders. So I'm truly in this with you. I'm in this together with my team, and I'm in it with you. And thank you for helping make all of our dreams come true by having a job in dolls, and also being able to have a second baby while maintaining my job in dolls and trying to just do it all. And I don't do it all, but because I have such a wonderful team, I do a lot. And so I appreciate everyone so much. I hope you love this box so much, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you. Bye.